Well, hello. Welcome to Honest Jim's channel again, and I'm Honest Jim. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I was talking to my 14-year-old son about, the old people are going to watch my channel, and what kind of young people are going to watch my channel. And I had told him a joke several months ago that he'd never heard before, and he said, "Well, you got to tell that joke. The young people have never heard it, and they're going to laugh." He said, "I laugh so much." So I'm going to tell you the joke, and what triggered me to think about this joke was the second part of my story is going to be about my bus ride in India, going to Dharamsala on this raised highway. And Dharamsala, India is right at the foothills of the Himalayas. And my buddy and I were going to spend the night in Dharamsala and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to see Annapurna, which you have to wake up early to see before the clouds cover it. It's the second tallest mountain in the Himalayas after, the mountain that everybody climbs. So anyway, there were 12 women climbing this mountain and something terrible happened to them, but I'll tell you about that in my second part of this story. So here's the joke. There's two hobos walking down the railway tracks in a hot summer day. It's about 11:30 in the morning. And one hobo is in front of the other hobo. And the second hobo says to the first hobo, "Hey, did you shit your pants?" And the first hobo turns back and says, "No." So they walk a little bit further. Then it gets to be about 1 o'clock, and it's really hot. And the hobo in the back says to the first hobo again, "Hey, did you shit your pants?" The first hobo turns and says, "No." So they walk a little bit further, and now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, or in the afternoon, and it's really hot. And the second hobo's just about had it because, there's an odor. And he says to the first hobo loudly, "Hey." First hobo turns around and says, "What?" "You must have shit your pants. You smell really bad." And the first hobo turns back and says, "Oh, I thought you meant today." I'm negative pregnant pause for the laughter. This is where my son laughs. Okay, well, I hope the laughter subsided a little bit. So let's move on to my story about my bus ride in India. So I'm going along the bus. There's lots of story. When I landed, I went to Iran, and Iran was having a revolution. And I got out of there on Pan Am, and I got into India, and I got out at night, and it was chaos. India's really a wild and crazy place. And this was like 50 years ago. So anyway, my friend Howard and I are on the bus. No air conditioning, all the windows are open. We're on a raised highway, and there's a big valley down below, maybe 100, 150 yards down below, all flat as a pancake, beautiful, lush green grass, coconut trees, the sun is shining, there's fluffy, cloudy clouds. It's a beautiful day, it's a bit hot, and we're on our way to Dharamsala, which is at the foot of the Himalayas. This is our next stop, but that's another story that I'll tell you if you keep me on my channel. So the bus stops, and Howard's on the aisle side, and I'm on the window side. And the bus stops right in the middle of the day. There's nobody there. There's no traffic. It's just like the middle of nowhere. So I get up and I walk around Howard, and I go up to the front of the bus where the bus driver is, and I go, "Hey, what's going on?" And he points down to the street, to the road down in front. It's a really beautiful highway. And I look down there, and there's 3 or 4 cattle. Now these cattle are laid out comfortably residing in the nice warm highway. And so I say something to him, he speaks English, and he says, "No, I cannot." I learned later in the Hindu religion, apparently, and I might be wrong about this, but I think the cattle could be their brother and sister from years ago or something, reincarnated. If not, well, they should be revered. And you can't mess with them, you can't honk the horn, you just have to wait. So it's really hot, there's no air conditioning, and I go back, and I'm getting cold culturalized. You know, when you travel, I advise everybody to travel, because when you travel, you learn about other people's cultures, which are really amazing compared to your culture, wherever you're from. So I go back and I scoot around and I sit in my seat on by the window, and I'm sitting there, and the sun is shining. It's blazing clear sky, except for a few puffy clouds. And I look out the window and I look down. It's way down. It's down far because this road is raised. I suppose they have floods or something. I don't know. But we're raised up really high just for the road. And I look down and there's all this lush green grass and palm trees and beautiful scenery. And there's an Indian guy sitting down there right below my window. And he is squatting and he's taking a dump. And the best part of the story is, he looks up, he sees me looking out, my head's out the window, he sees me looking up, and he's got this look on his face that says, hey, what are you looking at? I'm just taking a dump. Here I am, you know? So I tap my friend on the shoulder, Howard, and Howard looks over, and we both are looking out the window, and he's looking up at us like, you know, hey, how about some privacy, you know? I'm taking a dump. And I thought that was interesting and educational, and I wanted to share it with you folks, okay? So this is Honest Jim. Next stop, Dharamsala and Annapurna, and what happened to the 12 women that were climbing the mountain when we were there, which is sad. And I'll see you next time, and don't forget, please help me out. I'm a newbie. Subscribe, share, ring the bell, ring the black bell, like, and do all the good stuff, because it helps me stay on the channel and you get to hear more wonderful stories, such as the one you just heard. Okay? Bye.